All right,
Hey,
we're live.
all right.
We're back on the internet.
We are, yeah.
Got some things to talk about
A
today.
lot of things to talk
With our
about
new
today.
setup
Ah,
for the
today's like
second week.
today's crazy. There's some shit.
Yeah,
The world going down.
there's a lot going down. What should we start with?
I think we should start with Twitter. Why not?
Twitter.
Let's start with Elon.
All right. Well, if I can pull it up, this might be giving me some issues here.
What? Issues? We don't have issues.
No, we don't have issues.
We never have internet issues.
This is not about the internet right
True.
now. It's about Streamlabs not detecting the captured thing for the window, which I don't understand why it isn't doing that. But
We had a little Black Friday miracle with Streamlabs. Thank you very much, Streamlabs, for allowing us to screw up, allowing Tyler to screw up. And
I like us better.
Yeah. Tyler screws up.
Let's see what happens if I try
renews us for a month. That's not right. So we have to get that. We had to get that refunded back. And the yearly subscription was 50% off thanks to Black Friday.
That's right.
Look at that. We're in the plus. I feel like the podcast has made us money then.
Kind of.
That's kind of
lost us less money than it otherwise would have. Should probably make.
It's found money to me.
It is found money. It's crazy. We saved $75. A little mistake. Seems to be.
Yeah,
that's working. This is not. So start talking about Elon. What's going on there?
Well, I'm stumbling over here because I can't get the video. Well, Elon is starting to free up Twitter. He's letting the birds out. He's letting the birds free. Do we have it up now? No. Okay.
I'll tell you.
He's trying to get Twitter up so we can see all of Elon's tweets. His every 2-minute tweet. Fuck, he tweets a lot.
He tweets way too much.
Yeah.
It's difficult to find the tweets that you want.
Yeah. So I don't know what it means. I'm not sure what it means. If it means that, I don't know yet. It's a little early to tell. I mean, he's starting to open up accounts, which is good, but is he going to open up all the accounts, or is it still going to be some bullshit sort of, who's who? Who says the right things accounts?
Yeah, well, it looks like he's not fully going in on the free speech thing.
Well, we saw that one tweet where somebody had said, bring back Alex Jones, and he straight up said no.
Straight up said no.
I don't know what that means. Does he mean no, that Alex Jones doesn't come back?
Yeah, because the guy was asking what's Twitter's next move. Is he saying, and then he tagged on unban Alex Jones. So he's saying no, we won't unban Alex Jones, or is he saying no, that's not the next move, or that's not a priority? Yeah. So okay, here it is. Now it's up.
Okay.
Still Swapperoonie. All right, now we have Elon Musk Twitter up. Now we're gonna have to scroll for a minute. Like, maybe. Oh, why is it all of a sudden
frozen?
Chrome is frozen.
Don't know. We're not meant to look at it.
Well, apparently, this is what? I can't even close it. What is going? Oh, it crashed.
It closed.
Okay. Well.
Oh wait! Don't just open up Chrome like that. It's gonna see all your porn.
Well,
it goes. You've still got it set to go to the homepage. Your homepage is Porn Planet or something, right?
It's Porn Planet. Yeah.
Yeah. Is that an actual?
I have an annual subscription.
Is that an actual site, by the way?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
It isn't. We need to get it.
I'm tempted to look it up right now. Porn Planet.
Look it up. Look it up real quick. Let's see if we got.
Hold on. I want to make sure our. We're not going to go into any websites.
No.
For YouTube. But let's just see.
If Porn Planet comes up in the.
It has to be.
Safe search is off.
TV Planet. Pornhub, obviously. HDP Planet. That's close, I guess.
Wow. Go register right now. Porn Planet. That's gonna be good for like the
we'll get the annual subscription
for the metaverse and shit. You're like, you want to go to Porn Planet?
That'll be.
We own that shit.
It'll definitely be a place.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna make us a trillion. I don't know, whatever we trade in by then. A trillion
Larp
social credits.
larps.
Clarp Clarps?
Larps.
Clarp
That's
Clarps?
the future currency.
Is it?
Elon Musk is tweeting like right now, so it's like
Eh,
let's
what a
find his
dick
tweets.
bag. Cut it
All
out.
right. You got like 7 companies to run, bud.
That's why SpaceX is losing
Okay,
money.
here it is finally after way too much time. We're looking at here. 5 minutes. It took us 5 minutes to get here.
5 minutes, that's
Um,
nothing.
okay. Oh, that doesn't work. Okay, whatever.
Some technical
This
difficulties
is
to
this
start the
is the
show
tweet.
today.
New Twitter policy is freedom of speech, but not freedom of reach. Negative/hate tweets will be max deboosted and demonetized, so no ads or other revenue to Twitter. You won't find the tweet unless you specifically seek it out, which is no different from the rest of the internet. So like, it's better than banning people, but it's almost like now you're openly shadow banning people.
Well, no, I think it's the other way around. I get what you're saying, Matt,
No,
but
no,
I
no.
think it's
Deboosted.
no. I think what he's saying though is he's saying that you know how like so if the right people say the right things, it just gets automatically retweeted a bunch of times. So it's like it makes certain narratives popular. And that's what I take from it anyway. He's saying basically that you're not gonna. I'm not talking about the middle line. The middle line is like that's always the same. Like negative or hate tweets. I don't know what that means though.
It means shadow banning.
Well, I'm saying though, but you've got to define what are negative and hate
Exactly.
tweets.
It means shadow banning whoever you.
That's what I'm saying. But if is it based on? Are they going to open the policy and say this is the specific
Well,
criteria,
maybe, but
or is it going to be?
that's no different than what Twitter's currently doing, which is why this is sort of concerning. The only difference is what Twitter is currently doing is they're going out and outwardly and publicly banning certain people, saying no, you can't be on our platform.
Yeah.
But there are people that they don't ban who basically have this. They're shadow banned. Their content is just deboosted. It doesn't get put. You have to specifically search it out, and maybe it is still an improvement from that because I think there are examples of people specifically searching for content and not being able to find it, even though they know that it's there, and so it like just doesn't put you there for whatever reason.
Right.
But this is sort of concerning because now that door is still open. It's like, okay, is freedom of speech there? Like, is it sure if you can have your account and you can post things and you can say things? I guess that's fine. But it's better than what we have. But why boost things that you don't like? Especially negative. Using the word negative is even more.
I know, but that's what I'm saying though. Like that's a broad term to say negative or hate tweets.
And he doesn't have to use it that way.
I mean, at
it's
least
just that it's a very.
At least they're not. At least they're not completely censoring it. It's like it's like turning the music on and drowning somebody out. You know what I mean? And like it's still there. If you want to get real close and like listen to what the shit is coming out of someone's mouth, you could still hear it.
And
it's still there.
I think it's totally fine to not what do you call it? Like promote things specifically. Like, okay, you're not going to put ads on this, so it's it's going to be less boosted than the things, or to not shoot it up in the algorithm. But this
is a walk back. The whole thing's a walk back.
This is a major walk back because that's barely any better than what Twitter already was doing. The only thing that you can argue is better is that you have somebody doing it now who's a lot more sound-minded and
a lot less biased.
focused.
Yeah, a lot less.
Yeah,
biased.
well, he's biased, right? Because
but I'm saying a lot less biased. Like he's not going to be like completely left leaning. He's not going to be completely right leaning. I think
I still think using
more
the
of a
word
libertarian.
less bias is the right term. It's just more he's less inclined to silence. Like the people running Twitter before were more inclined to silence the people that they were biased against. I think Elon Musk is more inclined to let them exist. And it doesn't change the fact that he disagrees with them. Maybe even
that's what I mean. He'll disagree with them. I think he welcomes the disagreement. I think he likes it.
Yeah.
So that's the difference.
Oh yeah, no,
I just don't like.
I think Elon thrives in this.
I just don't like the whole. If you can't tell me exactly what negative or hate tweets are. It's like you better because
it needs to be specific,
yeah,
right?
and that
Like it
needs to be
needs to be.
really, really specific because if you say that
Right now, it's
and then it's
not.
like somebody can just say, well, that was a negative thing they said about that person.
Yeah, and
You
then
know,
you
like
have examples of like this next tweet where Elon's like, "What should Twitter do next?" And he said, "Bring back Alex Jones," and Elon just said no. So we don't know what he's talking about. If he's, it's what we were talking
right,
about
right.
earlier. If he's saying no, we're not going to bring Alex Jones back, or if he's saying no, um, that's not our next move. But he did say, where did he say? I think he talked about all the accounts that were unbanned. Because
He
like the
talked about
Babylon
three.
Bee,
Yeah, he
Jordan
talked about three.
Peterson, and some other one.
Oh, there we
But then
go.
he said, yeah, here it is. Kathy Griffin, Jordan Peterson, Babylon Bee have been reinstated. Trump decision has not yet been made, which is weird too because
He spelled Jordan Peterson
Elon.
wrong.
Did he? Oh, he did. Uh, he uh, he specifically said it was immoral for them to ban Trump, which is actually another interesting point. Did you see that Facebook came out and said that they're not going to be fact checking Trump for the 2024 election?
Didn't do that.
Since he's running, Facebook came out and said, "Let's see if I can
That's cool.
article up real quick. I guess we can do that now." Uh,
Welcome to the 21st century.
21st. We just made it to the 19th century.
Pretty much.
Um, yeah, right here. Facebook fact checkers will stop checking Trump after presidential bid announcement, which I think is a really like this is like one of the first things that I've seen happen because this is coming from Facebook, one of the main contributors to this cancel culture and this pushing this leftist woke bullshit. Now they're coming out and they're saying that they're not gonna like it's almost like a pendulum coming back the other way now because now it's like it's good. Obviously, it's good, but it shows like ethics. It shows that they're like, okay, you know what? This guy's running for president. We're just gonna put our hands up and let it happen. Which is what people want, which is what people need if you're gonna have a
Right.
any kind of democracy or any kind of fair election.
I don't mind. I don't mind like true, legitimate fact checking. If someone says something like they think is true and it's not true, then like for example, you saw when Matt Walsh was on Joe Rogan, and he said something about like millions of kids having taking
Hormone blockers or
hormone
something. Yeah.
therapy or whatever, and that, and they checked it, and it's like thousands, a couple thousand or something like that. And like that's a pretty big fucking mistake to make to say millions versus a couple thousand. Not to say that it should be
Yeah.
even one, but I'm saying, but to say that it makes it that much worse. I like fact checks like that in real time because it's like you're saying something
Yeah.
that
And
is pretty outlandish.
the problem with the fact checkers is not obviously we can all sit here and say, oh yeah, it'd be good to have a little label on something correcting anything that is factually incorrect. The problem is the fact checkers are lying in instances,
Right,
right?
exactly.
Like the thing is true and they're saying it's not true. And sometimes even if the thing isn't true, still the fact check is wrong. So it's like they can't do it. They can't do it competently,
Mm.
and so it's better just to not do it at all, or um, like instead of de-ranking posts or banning people or taking stuff down, maybe just add your 2 cents.
Yeah,
So like
it would be cool if
Facebook can add their two
yeah, it'd be
cents
cool
to
if
a
you saw
post.
something at the bottom saying, let's say for something like that,
Facebook says
it
this.
says the factors say this doesn't sound legit. We're gonna do some research on this or something like that or whatever, right? Something like that is
Well,
kind of
so
says,
I
hey,
think
that sounds a little bit.
I like what Spotify does. Do you have Spotify on here?
No, I don't have it on. Well, maybe I don't know. It's a new laptop. I
Yeah,
have
that's
Spotify.
true.
Oh, there it is.
It might be on
Look
there.
at that.
Let's see if I can pull up Spotify and show what they do. Um,
But it's again, it's like it's one of those things where if you can get a status as a fact checker of being very reputable, then people would just listen to you, right? Like it's like, okay, well
Right.
those fact checkers are they show to be unbiased, they just do good fact checking, and they don't report if they know they're wrong. And if they do get it wrong, then they will, they'll rescind it and say, hey, we got that one wrong, right? But you don't get any of that. There's
You
just
don't get that, and oftentimes they're they're just wrong.
It's just zero accountability all the way around. It's like nobody.
Or sometimes they say sometimes they'll fact check something as wrong, but then in their explanation of it, they prove the original statement right.
Yeah, what I'm saying
They're just
is
counting on people
because
reading that headline.
nobody's being held accountable from the top down, right? So it's like people don't. It's basically there's no reward for apologizing, right? There's no reward for saying we got it wrong or whatever. They just go, man, they just blow past it.
And there should be.
Well, sure, there should be. People should say, well, fucking right. They got it wrong and they admitted it. But we're not in that culture anymore now. It's nobody does anything wrong anymore. It's if you're wrong, well, whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody has to admit it.
Okay. Let's see. This is a different browser, so I'm wondering if I can pull it up like I can with the Google tabs.
Tyler's talking through what he's trying to do, but nobody can see it. He's messing around in the background.
That's the wrong button. There it is. Spotify. Okay. Now that Spotify's up, you can see this is just the Joe Rogan podcast.
Oh, yeah.
You see how on certain episodes they put learn about COVID-19, learn about COVID-19, right? So they're basically putting something there where they're like, they talk about this on here, and due to accusations of misinformation or whatever bullshit that they're claiming, they're just like, all right, we're gonna label this as potential. So you can look at that and you can say, okay,
that's a smart way to do it.
Spotify adding their 2 cents essentially is what this is. Instead of them just banning it or taking it down or whatever, I don't care about them doing this at all because. Like, who cares? Like, even if their little fact check is completely wrong, it probably is. Like, wonder what comes up.
The latest on the corona.
Find information. Oh, it just promotes other podcasts. But like, okay, so say you click on one of these podcasts and they say something that's totally wrong, like the vaccine has never hurt anybody or anything.
Oh, 2 of them, Politico and ABC News.
Yeah,
yeah, they sound.
So even if those things are total BS, it's like I'm totally okay with that. Just because they're not forcing you to engage with it.
Yeah.
They're not shoving it down your throat. They're just putting it there
for
you. They think that maybe you should have this, so here it is.
Yeah. I think that's the best way to do it. Like, again, I want the fact checking to happen, but I don't need I also don't need those fact checkers to suppress information by throwing a fact check on it, saying something like the Hunter Biden laptop is not legit
until the election's over, and then they admit,
and then they start.
That's a good transition.
So I watched.
Right?
Exactly. So I watched that. So I watched basically the we call it the news conference or the press release essentially of the Republicans talking about the lawsuit that they're launching against Biden.
Well, it's not a lawsuit, it's like a legal.
Well, it's kind of like a fact find. It's investigation basically at this point. Yeah. But they have
criminal charges.
Yeah, they want to eventually get to criminal charges, but when they're what was I going to say? Fuck, I lost my
words.
I was going to say words, but they were going to be coherent. But you kept interrupting me, and now I lost my train of thought. Fucker.
Which ones were you going to say?
I don't know what I was going to say.
U.S. House Republicans make investigation of Biden a top priority. You're talking about the Hunter Biden laptop story? Because all of that's relevant to this, because that's like right there. You know, like that's crimes that they've done. That was like, there were people corroborating it, Joe Biden and Hunter Biden sharing a bank account, which they're not doing.
Office
business
space
deals.
Hunter
Biden flew on Air Force 2 to do business deals in China.
They've got pictures of these people with Biden and stuff. Like, it's fucking crazy. How much
emails say like 10% for the big man.
Here's what I was gonna say. So he's talking. I think it was what's his name? Jim. Fuck, I can't remember.
Acosta?
No. One of the Republican Congress guys. I like his name, or I like his politics. Jim something. Anyways, he was talking about how they first started. They're like, nope, this is Russian disinformation. Then after the election, they walk back. They're like, okay, no, the laptop's real, but there's nothing about Joe or anything on there. And then they're like, "Oh, well, now there's stuff about there on Joe, but there's nothing,
Yeah.
no misdealings." Well, there were some misdealings,
Yeah.
but they had nothing to do with his policies or any of that kind of. Like
Yeah.
they just keep walking it in a way that it's like, "Oh, yeah, okay, well, we have to admit that, so we'll admit that, but it's not what you think it is."
Yeah.
Like, what are they going to get to? The point where, all right, he committed a ton of crimes, he enriched himself, but he's a good president. Just let him do it. It's fine. Just
They're never going to say he's a good president if they know what's good for him.
yeah.
Like,
It's
I
just
wonder if
silly.
anything's going to happen. If anything's going to come of this, if they're
I
actually
don't know. I'm
investigating, because like they
so
went so hard against Trump, and now if the Republicans are going to do the same, the major difference is that Joe Biden is dirty.
well. They have
He's filthy. He's not just
yeah,
dirty; he's filthy.
like with Trump. Yeah.
You know he's clean.
Well, he's clean in all the ways that he's not doing anything illegal. He's just dirty in the way that he uses he uses all the legal means to enrich himself. And he admits that. He admitted that in
Yeah, he
his,
uses
his
all the
campaign.
loopholes.
He says,
Like-
"Yeah, I use all the loopholes."
He's playing the game well.
One of the good things he said when he did that was he said to Hillary, he's like, "Well, then close up those loopholes." He goes, "But you won't, because you and your friends all get enriched by them too." He
Yeah,
goes, "So you're not gonna do anything about it." So like, and she's like, "Something about him paying taxes." He's like, "Yeah, because I'm smart."
yeah.
I
Well,
don't-
he does pay his
Of
taxes.
course, he pays
You know,
taxes.
but
He
real
can't
estate.
not pay
Here's
taxes.
the thing that
but-
I think people don't understand, and maybe one of the reasons he really didn't want his tax returns getting out. I don't know, because they did eventually get out. I don't know what
Yeah.
they showed or anything, but I think they showed he paid a lot in taxes, relatively speaking. But the thing about real estate is you could write fucking everything off, right?
Sure.
Like you can own $1 billion of real estate and not really pay all that much in taxes with a massive income because of all the costs associated with running those real estate.
Why
You
would
can-
anybody think that anyone else wouldn't want to minimize their tax burden?
Yeah.
Like it's so fucking hypocritical. Like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sit here just because I make a fucking 0.001% of what Trump makes doesn't mean that I want to pay taxes on it. I would if you told me I didn't have to pay any taxes whatsoever.
Yeah.
I would happily not pay any taxes.
Plus, you can always defer, right? So, like, you sell some real estate for a $10 million profit. If you, I don't know, the window is like 6 months or something. If you turn around and you spend that $10 million in profit on $10 million more worth of real estate, you don't got to pay taxes on that until you sell that next. And you can just keep rolling that down the line forever and ever.
The thing people don't understand, like they're like, "Oh, he's a billionaire." On paper,
Oh, they don't know how billionaire works.
no, it's so stupid. Like it's like, "Oh, he should be
don't
paying
know how
so much money."
billionaire
Well,
millionaires work.
no, it depends
Yeah.
on what he's making a year. What's he taking per year?
Yeah.
Just because he's a billionaire doesn't mean he's making that every year, or he's taking that or spending
Like, Trump's
that.
barely a billionaire. He's like, what, 3, 4, 5 billion?
Yeah,
or
three
something like
or
that.
4 billion, I think, or something like that.
and
But
so like
and again, it's all based on his.
when you get to
his-
like Elon's level, sure, you're gonna like Elon.
but even then, it's all
probably-
wrapped into like stock and all that
Yeah,
shit.
but
So like,
Elon-
he'd have to sell all that.
well,
And if he did, like, there's all kinds of fucking. There's all kinds.
Elon specifically has cash incentive plans at Tesla.
Mhm.
And I remember there was a big promotion. It was based on performance, and this was going back a couple of years when Tesla was like doing fucking incredible. There was a certain price target, and so if Tesla's stock was at a certain price at a certain time for a certain amount of time or something like that, he got a cash payout of $750 million. So like Elon specifically could at points in time have $1 billion in cash, but that's the
It's
other
never going to
thing.
be $1 billion in cash because he's going to put it in something.
Yeah, because you'd be you'd
be fucking stupid.
Maybe not at Elon and Bezos level because we're talking about like a 1 or 0.5% of your wealth. Like,
sure.
so just to be baller. But even then, it's like, what are you going to do with it? Like, you're just going to immediately turn around. Like that money is so useful. If you have that sitting in your pocket, you're just like, you're living your life. You're going to realize that you're never going to burn through all of that. You're never going to burn through a tenth of
in
that.
In fact, probably at Elon and Bezos' level, you're actually, it's growing. It's always growing.
Oh yeah.
Like, so, because you can't burn through enough.
Yeah. Think about what does a GIC pay? Like 3% at best.
Well, it depends on what the interest rates are.
Well, okay,
right now it might be
let's
around
talk about
3%.
fucking dividend stocks.
Yeah.
Right? You can go get NOBL, the Dividend Aristocrats ETF. I bet you can pull up the exact number.
We're really digressing right now.
I know.
Let's get back on topic in a second.
The NOBL Dividend Aristocrats ETF. The idea behind this ETF is that a company has to be what's known as a dividend aristocrat to get into, and um, what? Why wouldn't it give me the dividend payment? Um,
What's that? Oh no, div yield doesn't that
there you go. Okay, 1.93%. So in order to get
1.78.
into this fund, a company has to, I think, either maintain or raise their dividend every single year for 25 years straight. So you're dealing with companies that are established, that are stable, that are good. And so essentially the idea is that when you buy this fund, you're going to get that amount of money, that 1.93%, you're going to get at least that. And every year it's going to at the very least stay the same, if not go up, because all these companies, the way that they work.
Oh, that was
So
a good one.
you put $1 billion into NOBL, that's 1.93%. That's $19.3 million.
Mhm. Yeah.
How the fuck do you even spend all of that? Because like even if you think about, oh well, you could buy $100 or $200 million yacht. Yeah, but why would you buy that in cash when you could finance it for $5 million a year or something?
Right.
When you're making $19 million a year every year guaranteed, and your principal is only growing,
Yeah.
if not staying the same. Like
You wouldn't. You wouldn't even finance it. You'd lease it. Because why would you want to own it? It's like people don't realize that.
There's weird.
People don't realize that about like
There's weird status things
yeah.
about
There's
things.
well, what's the matter? What's the difference whether you finance or lease it? You still own it. Like you still like for all intents and purposes. Whether you lease or finance a car, you're still driving it around like it's yours. But
Even if you're building your yacht like Bezos would do or something?
what
Like
I'm saying though is the point. I mean, to get to is you're right. It's like nobody. When people are that rich, they really
can't
don't.
burn through that much.
They really don't own a lot of things because it's not advantageous to really
They
own
own
much of anything.
That's
Yeah,
it.
that's what I'm saying. So like Trump, I've said this about Trump a number of times. People are like, "Oh, he's got a mortgage on all his properties." I'm like, because he's fucking smart.
Yeah, because why wouldn't
Why
you?
wouldn't you? Especially if they're
That's what
giving
say.
you.
They say Trump has like $200 or $300 million in debt. It's like, bro, the guy's worth $5 billion. That's not. That's incredible. Find a guy worth $5 billion who doesn't have more than $300 million in debt.
Mhm.
Because if you like that,
It's not even.
why wouldn't you?
Yeah, exactly. Like if you're gonna give me, you're gonna give me cheap money. I'll take
Yeah.
as much of it as you want to
Well,
give me.
that's the thing. You can pay it. I believe the rule of thumb. It might be different now because prices are weird and real estate is fucky. But you go back to 5 years. I think the general rule of thumb is if you put 30% down or 33% down, a third down, um, you can get like on a rental property, you can get 10% of your money uh, in profit. That's after the mortgage is paid and after a certain amount is put away to deal with expenses that unexpected, maintenance or whatever that might come up.
Mhm.
And even for like upgrades, if you're at some point you want to get a new roof or whatever.
It's not even that high anymore because rentals are so high now, so it's even less.
Yeah, but
So you have to put down.
so are prices. Well, no, well to get that 10%.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Oh, that was close.
yeah, I just got a little bit on my phone, but
Yeah, but I know what you're saying. What you're saying. Yeah.
So think
There's
about,
a- there's a
that
number, yeah.
wise. Think
Yeah.
about that numbers wise. You put $1 million down on $3 million worth of real estate. Now you're making $100,000 a year plus your principals or your net worth is growing because your mortgage is being paid off every year, and you're out of that $100,000. Like you're maybe with rare exceptions, are you going to have to tap into a little bit of that $100,000? But there is still money put aside to deal with anything that comes up at your
Mhm.
properties, right?
Mhm.
And so now you got work. You're making more money than most people. You got $10 million. Now it's $1 million. Now you don't even have to worry. Now you're paying people to manage your property for you because now you don't have to do.
And because of
anything.
that, you can now start to take on more and more and more, and that's how empires are built.
Mhm.
But anyways, we can talk about this the whole time. Let's get back to. So, do you think anything's actually going to happen?
I don't know. I hope so.
The only thing is,
I
it's
think
like,
that there's stuff there. That's the thing.
you know what I like about it? The difference is the type of people I think some of these Republican candidates are versus the Democratic candidates. Like, so when the Democrats control the House, the Democrats, the Democrats,
The Democrat heads?
yeah,
That's just
Democrats,
Hunter Biden.
yeah, when they controlled the House, they would. I think Pelosi basically controlled the House, so it was like if she agreed, it was going to be something they do. But in this case, it seems like these sort of I don't know, like they almost seem a little bit rogue. Republican guys.
Republicans?
This Jim, I
Yeah.
forget what his name
I
is.
think
And then there's what's his name? Matt. Fuck. There's a couple of these guys that are awesome. You see them and they're questioning like Fauci or they're questioning people like that.
Ron Paul or Rand Paul.
Rand Paul, but he's a senator, right?
Yeah,
So he's
but he
not-
went in
Oh
on
yeah, yeah.
Fauci.
But it's the same type of guys.
Yeah.
But there's Matt.
I think him and like Trump and like these kind of
I just had his
showing that you
fucking
could
name.
be
I just lost
successful.
it. Matt something. He's a congressman.
Gates?
Yeah,
Gates?
Gates. Yeah,
I think
it's Gates.
sounds right.
Gates sounds right, but it almost sounds wrong.
I think it's Gates, but it's spelled differently than like Bill
Yeah,
Gates.
I think it's Gaettes
something
or
like
something.
that.
Yeah, Matt Gates. I think that's it. So there's him. There's this Jim, whatever his name is. I can't remember his last fucking name. There's a couple guys like that are like, it's almost like they're not afraid to stir it up.
Yeah.
Now,
Which is exciting to see.
It is, but I don't know
Parliament.
if it's bluster.
Yeah.
Because it all feels a little blustery. Like it doesn't
It all
seem like
boils down
anybody.
to like fucking what are the reptilians gonna allow?
Other than Clinton being, I mean, he wasn't really even impeached. I mean, he was, but like there was nothing out
he
of it.
stepped down, didn't he?
No, he didn't even step down. He just, I don't even know what came out of that.
Bill Gates step down?
No, Bill Clinton.
No, not Bill
Yeah,
Gates.
yeah.
Bill Gates
he
wasn't in office.
No,
Bill Clinton.
He went right to the end of his term.
Really?
Yeah. But he was going to be, well, he was impeached for the Lewinsky thing.
Yeah.
And then
I thought
he admitted it after, and I think it was basically done. So other than that, there hasn't been anybody impeached successfully since Nixon.
Yeah. That's Watergate.
That's a fucking joke. And even that, he wasn't.
It's a joke that
he didn't actually really. He was going to be impeached, so he stepped down.
Yeah. But but
it worked.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you want. You want to just get the fuck out of office.
It's a joke that you can impeach a president twice, and it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Like, what does it mean that they impeached Donald Trump twice? It's just nothing. It's just
it makes a joke out of
it's
the
because
process.
people think that impeach means kicked out of office, so they get the headline, so they get the thing, and then they like freak out, like, oh, why is he still in office or whatever? It's like, oh, it must be corruption.
He was impeached.
Whatever.
What do you mean he was impeached?
Whatever they want to they push, like it's absolutely ridiculous. So I don't know. I think with Joe Biden, there's stuff there.
There is a lot there,
and
there is a lot there. It just I don't know how much of it gets squashed, how much. And then Jeffries. No, that's not. No.
Hakeem Jeffries. No, that's the Democrats.
No, it's Jim something. Fuck, that's gonna drive me nuts. But I don't know. Like, I don't know if it's if it's just sort of like I'm coming out of the gate. We're like, hey, we got the House now, and we're gonna do all this stuff. And then who knows if he gets to the end of his term. And he just decides, oh, well, I'm not going to run anymore. And then they just let it go. And I just don't see
This is funny. A White House statement accused House Republicans of planning to go after Biden with politically motivated attacks chock full of long debunked conspiracy theories. Okay, even if they did, it's just tit for tat. What are you complaining about? Like,
so silly.
Long debunked conspiracy theories. What are they even talking about? Debunked.
So they're long debunked.
What's debunked?
Yeah, exactly.
Because all of the laptops, like you're talking about what they said initially when the laptop came out. Then since then, now they're like it's corroborated, and the mainstream media's been like, actually, yeah, there's something here. It's like,
well, they keep like I said, they keep walking it back, right? They walk it back to the point where they're at the point now where they're saying
that's where they're using.
Well, there was some stuff in there, but nothing affected his policies or any of that kind of shit. Like,
conspiracy theories.
Are you kidding me? Nothing affected his policies?
Yeah.
Okay, then open up let's see everything, bud.
Yeah, but
let's subpoena your bank records. Let's subpoena everything. Let's get everything out in the open. Then, if you got nothing to hide, you fucking crook. Because guaranteed, there's all kinds of bullshit in there. What's he worth? What's your net worth, Biden? You make what $100,000 a year or whatever they make. I don't even know what a senator makes. It's definitely north of 100. It's definitely north of six figures. But So yeah, okay. So if your net worth is say a few million, okay, I could accept that just to say that somebody's making six figures and his wife is a whatever. What is she? A doctor? Is she a doctor? They were calling her a doctor. Is she an
Unofficial
actual
doctor.
doctor? I don't know.
She's like a
Anyways,
social studies
I'm sure she's
doctor.
making pretty decent money. So let's say they're bringing in 200 grand a year. I could say, comfortably they could be worth 3 million bucks. Sure. But if he's worth 3 million, I would want to question that. I would want to do some investigating to see where he got it.
$9 million estimated.
Yeah. Seems a little high.
I bet you it's more than that. Well, you know what's interesting too? Bahamas net worth.
Oh, well, now since it's like 50 million or something now. No, not quite. I think it was 30 or 35 actually. I think they talked about
48.
all 48. Yeah, well, a lot of that is after with like book deals and all that shit they've been doing.
48.
He's like basically a rock star of a president.
Yeah, which is weird because he wasn't a very good president.
No, not particularly. No.
He's kind of a bad president. If you think about the
Yeah.
long-term ramifications
Yeah.
of QE and how he handled the
Just look at
2008
everything. Just look at
crisis
everything
and
in his presidency.
all the
Nothing went all that
bombings
well.
and the drone strikes and the escalations in the Middle East.
He
and
spoke
it's
good
like,
though.
yeah, he spoke
He
good.
spoke very well.
So that excuses
And he's
everything.
like big time statesman, right? You look at him, you go, "This guy is professional. He looks the part. He talks and walks the part. He just doesn't do a good job."
It's just bad at what he does.
you know,
Didn't run the country all that well.
yeah.
He kind of pushed all of I don't know what would have happened in 2008 if they didn't do QE.
I don't know.
He could have
Not
put
sure.
people in jail. Banks could have failed. A lot of people would have been screwed.
There would have been a. There would have been a. I think they had to do something. I just think they did it wrong. It's kind of like the whole COVID thing, right? They had to do something. They just did it wrong, right?
Maybe do QE, but throw a bunch of
What
people in
pisses me
jail.
off about it though is okay, you do it knee jerk reaction. You're like, oh, we got to do this. We got to save. But then you got QE1, QE2, QE3, QE4. Like they just kept doing
They
it.
just kept doing it because it
You
worked.
knew it didn't fucking work. It's the same thing with the COVID
Well, no,
shit.
that's the thing. It does.
Doesn't
It's a
the
short
lockdowns don't
term.
work? Let's just keep doing them.
It's a short-term stimulus that works. It's kind of like doing cocaine for energy,
Mm.
right? So you do the cocaine, you're like, oh, like fuck, I got so much energy, like I can run miles right now, and it works. But eventually, you need more and more of it for it to work,
Mm.
and it'll kill you. You know what I mean?
True.
Like your body's gonna start to shut down from all the cocaine that you're inhaling just to get that
You inhale it?
burst. Well, you insufflate it.
Just put it here.
It's called.
I just put
That's
it all,
different.
That's why I just put it there all the time.
That's a
All day
different-
I'm like, oh,
That's a different feeling.
is it?
It doesn't
I'm kidding. I've never
it
done
doesn't
cocaine,
stimulate when
so-
you do that. It like numbs it. It feels I don't know, it feels weird. It like numbs
So
it.
you've done that too?
Yeah, it's
You
it's what
fucking
people
cokehead.
it's what people do. It's it's a numbing. I don't know. Yeah, like kind of numbs your upper part, and it's weird.
Why waste it there then?
I think
Seems
it's
silly.
usually like you do a line and then like you get the whatever's left, you just kind of put on your finger, and so it's not you're not wasting it. You're just using the excess and doing something with it.
Mm.
I think that's usually, but that's what QE is. QE is cocaine
Okay.
for the economy. Like even Trump was doing it, and they went
Oh, I
back.
know.
You see, they went back in like 2018 or something. They started to go back on it, and the stock market tanked, and so they reversed on that. And
It's so funny how people want to say that Trump, he had the best economy, all this shit. He was doing all the wrong shit too. I mean, he was doing a lot of different things I agree with, and I think he was doing correctly with some of the with his foreign affairs and stuff. I actually thought he was gonna be shit at that, but it turns out he was actually probably one of the best presidents in our lifetime that way. As far as the money, as far as the economy was already kind of booming a bit. I mean, I think he just did some things that maybe helped.
he definitely
a little.
boosted it. He made it stronger by sort of
The whole
bringing-
America First
bringing
thing.
some manufacturing back to the states,
Yeah.
being harder on China. I think it was saying in an interview recently that they oh no, it wasn't an interview. It was his speech announcing his
Oh, that's
presidential
right.
run, where he I don't know if this is true or not. I think it probably is. It would be a weird thing to lie about, but
Mm.
where instead of us being net negative to China, we were net positive in terms of
Imports,
money
exports.
coming in
Yeah.
versus going out. Um, I think stuff like that strengthened the economy beyond just the numbers.
Mm.
Uh, but then, yeah, other than that, like there are still. I mean, I don't know. What are you going to do in 4 years about
Oh, and
a
yeah,
rugged, barely held together system that's
yeah.
like
Just
falling apart
fighting.
at the
They're fighting
seams?
him at
Like you can
every.
do whatever you can. It's like, oh
Yeah.
wow, he made some good moves, here or there. But it's like,
I don't know. It's like it's too it's politics of everything is too um skewed now to either side. It's like a good idea on either side is still a good idea. You don't have
yeah,
to say, "Oh no, that's not a good idea," just because it came from that side. But you see that a lot, right? It's like they were saying that with Trump. It's the vaccine's no good because Trump's pushing it. It's no good. Then Trump
yeah,
gets out. It's like the vaccine's the fucking savior. Get the fuck out of here because Trump said it was good. You don't believe it, but
yeah.
suddenly you do believe it after.
Because
You're
Trump
like,
did it.
fuck off.
It was such a weird flip flop. That whole thing is weird.
Everything. Anybody that does that is just stupid to me. If somebody who I think's a piece of shit um, gives me $1,000, I'm like, that's $1,000. I mean, okay, maybe it came from ill-gotten places or whatever, but still $1,000. I would never argue the fact that it's $1,000. I'm like, yeah, that's $1,000. I can see it.
Yeah.
Just same as if someone good did it. I wouldn't be like, oh wow, that $1,000 is so much. This is a
I need
legitimate.
that $1,000 over there. I
That's
don't
a
want that
legitimate
$1,000.
$1,000. This is
Yeah.
an illegitimate $1,000. It's not the same.
I don't know. You can make some arguments in that regard, right? Like
No,
like if you're selling your car
I guess,
for
but
$2,000, right? As someone comes up and you saw them.
and they're fascist,
No, you saw them rob somebody at gunpoint
so they're
for the money
fascist.
that they're going to try to hand you for
Mhm.
that car, and
I'd be like,
someone
I'd be like,
comes
I'm
up,
not taking that. Quickly.
yeah. You're curious, like, yeah, maybe there are some people you don't want to do business with, but sure.
But it's I don't know. I just find that so stupid. It seems to be rampant in politics now. It's like hyper politics. Nobody, like it seemed like I don't know, but I wasn't really into politics for a long time. It seemed like they got a little more done before.
It feels that way, but who the hell knows? I mean,
Exactly. Maybe it's always been
the
this way.
internet might just be shining a light on something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
But again, if this actually turns out to be something, maybe it'll restore my faith in politics. But at this point now, it just seems it could be bluster.
hmm
But some of the players that are talking seem credible to me because I've seen other stuff that they've done and you know other ways that they've handled themselves, and they seem to be trying to fight the good fight. Matt Gates is one of them.
That's all we can hope for.
Yeah,
Was that there's an honest attempt.
yeah. It's a lot of it is like it's their persona. Like if you look at someone
Yeah,
like AOC, what a clown. Like
she's an
the fact that she's
She's a
just
professional actor.
that's it, exactly it. It's all
You
about
know?
the likes and the views
Yeah,
and
you
all
see,
that shit.
remember that image of her like crying at the fence, and it's like it was an empty parking lot. There was nothing on the other side of the fence. Like
Yeah.
she's just playing it up for social media, and it's like I guess it works. I guess like they're dumb people that eat it up. So good on you. But like
I
the rest of
think
us are like, what the
Yeah, I don't know what she's gonna do next because it's like
president?
that would be hilarious if she ran for president.
Yeah,
That would be
I
fucking
think it's
hilarious.
more likely than not at this point.
Oh, but no, I think
Not
she'd be.
anytime soon.
I think she'd be more likely to run for like governor
Yeah, like she's
or
not going to run
senate
for
or something.
president probably for another 20 years.
Because it makes sense for like DeSantis this time around to run for president because at
Yeah,
the end of this term he's done. Like can't do. You
yeah,
can only do 2 terms as a
yeah.
governor. So it's like, where's he go from here? He's going to try and be president. Naturally, I mean, so it's
Yeah.
I don't think any of the Trump bullshit is going to stop him from running. Like I don't think
Um,
Trump's jump
it
out in front.
depends.
I don't think it will.
It depends on if he really wants to do it. Also depends. I like if he thinks that the U.S. is better off with Trump than Biden, then it might be better political strategy to hold off another 4 years to run,
Mhm.
just because I think there's a chance, it's not guaranteed, but there's a chance that if DeSantis runs, he splits the vote. And it doesn't matter who
Yeah,
wins.
but you can't split the vote
No, no,
because
what I'm saying is if he wins or one, no matter who
you
wins,
mean who gets the primary? Wins the
whoever
primary?
wins the Republican primary, whether
Mhm.
it's Trump or DeSantis, it could
Yeah.
go either way. They're both very popular. The people who support the other one are going to be like all butthurt and maybe not vote for him in a
I,
weird kind of way.
I
Uh,
think news media will try and sell that idea, but I don't think that's true.
yeah, I don't know.
Because they're already trying to sell it as the I've heard it a few times already with the
Mhm.
Ross Perot thing. They're trying to say, oh well, he's just gonna steal. I think they're trying to do that to get ahead of it because they know
Maybe.
if he runs and Trump doesn't run, because I think they want Trump to run.
I think a Trump DeSantis card wins.
Oh yeah,
No chance about it.
but I don't think DeSantis is going to jump as a vice president to Trump. I think
Yeah,
maybe I
why
might be
not
wrong.
though? It'd be a really good political move. It'd set him up
Maybe
for the presidency
maybe,
if they do well, which
but
Trump does have that
and I
precedent
think
of
now that
having
Trump
done
has
well.
said some shit, maybe not.
Well,
But
yeah. Now he's still in hands.
I think the sort of news media, legacy media, wants people to think that, so they detour uh, DeSantis from running
Yeah.
and say, oh, Trump is going to get the primary no matter what, and they feel like they can beat Trump.
Yeah.
And I think they know that with a guy like DeSantis, he's going to get a lot of the semi-left people that just don't want Trump in because they just don't like Trump politics. They just don't like how he fucking carries himself, which is a lot of people, and I think it's a just sort of thing. I don't like how he carries himself either. I think he's hilarious when he makes jokes. He's got great timing and all that kind of stuff. And I don't mind the bullyism of it, but I just don't think that's professional. I wish he would just let that shit go as president. I wish he didn't do that
I'm
all
the
the time.
complete opposite.
Are
I
you?
want every president to be like that.
Yeah,
It's more human.
I I I think
It's
he
like
can be. I think he can do both.
let's fucking pull off the masks and shit and just be people.
I know, but hold on. But it's like the way I look at it is, if I've got somebody running a company and they're always blustery about themselves and they're making kind of off color comments all the time and they don't carry themselves very professionally, I'm like, are they going to run that company well, or are they going to kind of run it in the ground? Like, part of me will think that they're going to run it in
Right,
the
you'll
ground.
think that now, but that's the thing. Now you're talking from having not seen it. Now you know that guy runs a good company. You
Well,
know that guy,
yeah,
you know, that
I
guy's
think.
been at the company for, you gave him a chance and
Hold on.
oh, hold
No,
on,
no,
he's
no.
done a good
It's not
job.
that I think he runs a good company. I think he runs the company the best of the last bunch.
Oh yeah, he's improving it.
But
Yeah, that's a better way
it
to put
doesn't
it. But
mean that, like, I
like
think
the business is
DeSantis
good
would
or
run it
whatever.
much better.
Oh yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, I think DeSantis would be a great fucking president because
I
I
think
don't
there's no
think he
doubt
has
about
the
that.
kind of hubris like that would not allow him to listen to the right sort of people, and I think he's smart enough to put the right kind of people around him.
Yeah, that was the problem with Trump. He went in to drain the swamp and surrounded
And
himself with
surround him with
swamp
swamp
monsters.
people. Yeah,
Yeah, the swamp people were all around him.
yeah.
Everywhere he looked, there was a swamp person.
Like,
When he pressed his Coke button, a swamp person brought it to him.
how the fuck did he allow Fauci to be like the head guy in his fucking? Like
Well,
they all just
all
let
that
him
Fauci
down.
shit is new.
What's
So
that?
prior to all of this COVID stuff, he's just like he is a guy with good credentials that might
Yeah, but he
seem
was still tied to like
qualified.
Eco Health Alliance and all these different things. So it was like, and I'm sure we didn't know all that shit, but I'm sure Trump and
Yeah,
people in that position knew.
yeah, maybe.
Like they knew
Yeah,
all the credentials, right?
yeah.
I don't know how.
I mean, I feel like in that case, it was probably just someone came to him and said, "Hey, this is the guy you want," and he's like, "Okay,"
Mhm.
because he's got other stuff going on. There's probably a lot of that where like, "This is the guy you want," or "This is what you want to do over
Yeah,
here," and Trump's like, "I don't want to think too much about that, so okay, we'll do that."
yeah.
You know,
I think this is what I personally think without knowing very much about him. I think Trump is the kind of guy that he's like spit and handshake kind of guy, and I think
Yeah.
he tried to surround himself with people he thought were that way, were like
Right?
loyal type people, and they would, it would be like almost like a bros club, and
Yeah,
it didn't turn out that way.
yeah,
He saw that there was a lot of backstabbing, a lot of political,
yeah.
advancement.
There's a lot of clout to be gained in the mainstream to go against him.
I think what you'd
That was the
see.
problem, and I don't think he saw that coming
Oh, I don't think so
necessarily.
either. I think what
I
you'd
don't think
see as a
anybody did.
president like that, because you got a 4-year term, you'd see this thing where it'd do this and then fast down.
Yeah.
Like at first, it's like everybody's like, "Oh, Mr. President," and they're all like, "Blah blah," and it's all respect and all this shit, and it's it's feeding your ego, and you're like walking around like a like a king, right? And then you start to see behind the curtain and you go, holy fuck, that guy talks out of every side of his mouth. And that woman talks out of every side of her
Yeah.
mouth. And they're all fucking backstabbing me behind my back. And they're all doing this shit. And I'm in this on my own. So I kind of would, that's my feel with him. That's kind of the way, that was his experience, at least in the whole thing, right? And I'm not saying that Trump is, the nicest guy, but he tends, people that know him well, someone like a Dana White, even he talks about him. He's like, Trump is like, he has nothing but good shit to say about Trump, and there's a lot of people
He's
like
probably
that.
a good person. He probably takes care of you too. If you're his friend,
Yeah,
or like you're in good with him,
Yeah.
and you go to his hotel, he probably takes care of you.
I bet you he
He
does.
probably cares, and he probably, he's probably respectable. In most cases, like there are examples of him not paying contractors or whatever, but maybe there are two sides of those stories.
Mhm.
Who knows?
You get all
Really.
kinds of examples of stuff like that, like with anybody, right?
Well, you get somebody who comes in and does like half the job they're supposed to, and
Yeah.
then complains that you didn't pay them, and it's
Right.
like, well, hold on.
Yeah. Well, you didn't really do the job, did you?
Yeah, we got a bot.
Oh,
We got the sex bots back.
69 and XX, not fun.
Oh boy.
Listen,
We do something
relax.
about this?
I'll be there. I'll be there in like
after the
10 minutes.
After the show.
Just relax. You deleting them?
I'm seeing if we can't. It doesn't look like it.
That's hilarious.
We gotta sign in to show.
Don't. Oh, what? Oh,
I wonder.
you sign into our own thing to
Well,
chat?
you're gonna be signed into the account, and then we would be a moderator.
No.
But it doesn't look like we can do anything, right? Whatever. Whatever. I don't care enough about the sex bots.
That's hilarious. But yeah, I think this is how I see it going. I think DeSantis will run along with 20 other fucking idiots.
Jeb Bush is coming back.
Oh my god, that'd be hilarious.
Jeb Bush.
I think there'll be
Ted
a
Cruz
few.
probably. Or do you think he's maybe holding off?
I think Ted
he's
Cruz is
somebody
holding
that
off.
might have a real chance at a different point in history.
I think if he waits another 4
or like
for 2028,
12,
he's got a good
he's
shot.
got time.
He's kind of rebuilding his brand a little, and that whole
the beard helps.
The beard
helps a lot.
Doesn't look like
I don't know. I like him so much more with that beard.
He doesn't look like so much of a
even though he's a little bit of a snake still.
He's still a snaky guy.
He's a politician.
Yeah, I don't.
But he might be able to play the game and actually, get the presidency at some point, just not now.
How about on the Democratic side? Who do you think?
Joe Biden. I don't know.
Who do you think else? I don't
know that anyone's going to challenge him.
I know they won't. But I'm saying if, say, Biden
he
decides not to run,
Kamala, Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, I think I can see
Michelle Obama.
I don't think Obama. I don't think she's going to run.
I think at some point she will.
You do?
Show up.
I don't know.
Politics.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I think she's probably got enough.
What's her name? Haley Clinton, the Clinton daughter.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know who.
I'm trying to think who else.
Nancy Pelosi.
I'm trying to think of ones that are a little bit more.
I don't know that there's anybody. None of them are noteworthy.
Well, they're all kind of wrapped into the one side. At least maybe because I'm not paying attention well enough, but at least with the Republican side, you've got all kinds of different sort of players in there. You've got guys like Mitch McConnell, or these guys that are little Weasley fucking Republicans.
Yeah.
Then you've got you got governors like Kristi Noem, DeSantis and stuff that they're popular, right? Because of the way
John Fetterman.
Oh god, yeah, that's yeah, maybe.
Do you see the shirts that Luke Rudkowski made?
No.
They're like Biden Fetterman, and then the campaign slogan underneath is "It's a no-brainer."
Yeah, that's
and he got it made, and I think he got the website domain for Biden Fetterman for president or something like that.
That's funny.
Yeah,
everybody if they had to buy it off him. I gotta give him like $1 million
They
for
gotta
it.
buy. He won't sell. He'll hold that thing. Diamond hands for life
Yeah,
on
that's
BidenPyramid.com
funny.
or whatever it is.
That's pretty funny. No, so I think he will. I think he'll run. I think there's a honestly, I think there'd be a good chance he wins the primary.
Who?
DeSantis.
DeSantis?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a coin flip.
I
It's a
think
coin flip
I
between
think
him and
if
Trump.
he
It really does depend on what happens during the race, like
yeah.
who says what and when, and how do the debates go. Like that, it's all in play. It's a completely anybody's game if DeSantis throws his hat in the ring.
hmm I think he'd do really, really well against Trump with the debates.
Yeah, but Trump is like pretty good at debates.
He's good, but I think DeSantis is he's got the
He
same
might
sort of demeanor as Trump without the
the
same
the professional
yeah
look,
yeah.
which will help him. As
And the
much as I
fact that
wish it didn't, it will help him.
Trump supported him and then now is talking shit about him and shit, it doesn't look good for him.
No,
I don't understand
no,
that play.
that doesn't. Yeah,
I think that's weird. It's just completely weird.
it is
It
weird.
shows through that he's insecure
It
about it.
seems, yeah, I don't know. Trump's been making weird moves. It seems like maybe he like the first time may have been a fluke.
Isn't he gonna be? Yeah, maybe.
And
Isn't he
then
gonna be like 80 too by the time? I think he's 78 right now, isn't he?
he's gonna be old.
I think he'd be 80 if he wins presidency.
I think he's 77 or 78.
Yeah.
So
So in
uh,
2024 he'd be 70 or he'd be 79, 80.
he
I
might be 80. Oh, he's 76.
76. Okay, so
He's
78.
fucking.
Oh, he's young.
He's
He's spring
6.
chicken.
He's just a fucking kid.
He's a kid.
He's just a kid turning heads in politics. Yeah,
Yeah.
he'll be like 82 or something when he finishes his term if he gets elected.
Yeah.
But
That does make him pretty old, but
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know if that matters anymore. Look at fucking Biden. I don't know if anything matters anymore.
I don't know. There's
The,
so many
the
things.
lizard people are taking over.
Well, it's all they're in complete control. It's just all what they're gonna allow.
Oh, did you see? Oh, I got a funny little thing to talk about before we end the podcast. Did you see? I just read this article. I don't know. Whatever. I haven't vetted it. I just read it. They're talking about bringing back. They've got the genome for woolly mammoths,
Oh,
and they're
yeah, I've
gonna.
seen stuff like that.
Yeah, and they're actually
Trying to revive one.
they're
or
trying to
something,
basically
or
bring it
grow
back.
one. Yeah, because like you take like an elephant, it's close enough that you could
hmm
probably edit it and like edit an embryo to use a mammoth.
Sounds a little like Jurassic Park to
Oh,
me.
they're definitely gonna do Jurassic Park. I think they've recovered genetic material from like dinosaurs that are like tens of millions of years old
That's
in
fucking
very
crazy.
rare, unlikely circumstances. But I think they found things that's like actual somehow preserved genetic
Just make them
material.
miniature. Just change it. Make them little.
I don't think we have that much control over it. At a certain
I'm
point,
sure
maybe.
we
Well,
could.
actually, it would depend because I think a lot of the biological systems are based on size, right? So like you can't necessarily just scale a mammoth.
hmm I don't know, but
It'd be
there's
you'd have to change a lot more. You'd have to like make a new creature that just
well, the
looked like.
reason why they were so big back then too was because of the oxygen
Well, not the
atmosphere, too.
mammoths.
No. But I'm
The
saying in
mammoths
general.
are recent.
No, I'm saying the dinosaurs.
Other stuff, yeah,
Um,
yeah, higher oxygen percentage.
yeah, so it would have made them a lot larger.
Yeah,
Just
you
in
can get
general,
more. That's why
everything.
insects were bigger and everything.
Fucking
You
insects
get
would have been
more
giants. Yeah,
more oxygen inside of you, in your body.
and you bad. But yeah, no, I think yeah, maybe we could just make a small, like a little miniature Jurassic Park. Go in there, you're like, oh, you little raptor. And he's like
And then
biting
he
you.
bites you.
He's like,
You're like,
trying to bite
ow,
you. You're like, oh, that
Ow,
fucking
and you
stings a little.
fucking kick him
They
away.
give you like armor on your legs and
Well,
stuff.
I mean, it's kind of like just what chickens are.
I got it. Like
Chickens
a
are
little chicken.
basically fucking raptors.
Yeah, like basically like little
Yeah.
raptors. Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder what a chicken like a wild chicken would look like.
Probably
Probably
pretty close to the same.
Probably more like a
Just
raptor,
dirtier
right?
looking. Just dirtier looking.
Well, I don't know that it would necessarily.
I think they'd probably look.
No, they
dirtier
won't. They're
looking.
not gonna look the same as a chicken because they're like domesticated, fed very well. Like, have you seen a wild cow?
No.
A picture of a wild cow. I'll see if I can.
Yeah, pop one up.
I can see if I can pull that up.
Well, I mean, when you look at boars, I mean, it's just a wild pig, and they look much different.
They look
than-
very different, but wild.
I didn't know. I didn't know there was such a thing as a wild cow. To be honest.
Yeah, they're. I'm gonna find one of the ones that I saw. Like,
Zebra?
because
Was that a zebra
all the
cow up
ones
there?
all the ones that are shown are like in a farm. They're like a fucking hulking beast of an animal.
Like a big bison?
Yeah, only a cow and not fat.
Only a cow.
Like just imagine a cow that was like
Yeah.
super lean, is what it looked like, and then it looked kind of because like take I can't find one off the bat, but like take imagine the difference between like a fat guy and then like a really lean muscular guy. It's like the same, like it's a very different look. There's a lot of features that are like, okay,
Yeah.
you're almost a different thing. That's the same thing with the cow.
You know that
And
existed.
so like I think that with chickens, it's
Yeah.
probably they probably look more like a little raptor if you had a wild chicken.
The more you know, eh?
Yeah.
I had no idea there were wild cows.
Well,
Where are they running around?
I don't know. I think they're not really in America. I think they're like in Australia or not. Maybe that's what to look for.
It's funny.
Where can you find a wild cow?
I'm looking for a wild cow.
Where- Why would you not know that?
Have a little party.
So you think that cows just like were genetically
And we just
engineered?
know that we've just completely domesticated to the point where they're
Yeah, but
just
there
not
would have been
on the lawn.
there would have been
Well, at one
wild
point,
before.
sure.
But yeah, they're still around. I don't.
I just
think
don't know
they're
where
in-
the fuck there'd just be cows roaming around.
Yeah,
Is what I'm
not
saying.
in North America. I don't think.
Yeah, right there. Are there any wild cows in the world?
Myanmar, Malay Peninsula, India. Oh well, India they don't let them. But
It's saying they're basically. It said something about them basically being bison or something. Oh, buffalo. I mean.
well, buffalo are different.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're India, Myanmar, Malay Peninsula.
Well, doesn't say there aren't. So I'll just agree with you that there
There
are.
definitely are. It's just that they're not.
It just seems
all
weird to
over
me.
the place. Well, yeah, because everywhere you go, every cow you've seen is
Just it just would
domesticated.
seem that you'd be like, "There's a fucking cow over there. Let's just
Yeah.
kill that thing and eat
Yeah.
it." Uh,
I don't
Or
think
they'd
there
be
are.
like,
I
"Look at-"
don't think there are any here. If there were, it'd be like one that escaped and would probably die.
Well, that's what I would think. Yeah.
But
Oh fuck! There was a cow in my backyard the other day.
Yeah.
It must have been one of those wild ones.
Yeah. There are places in the world.
I always think it's fucking crazy when you see something that you don't see all the time, like a possum or
Yeah.
or something like that, or like
Cool.
or a coyote or something.
Yeah.
Like the other day,
Coyotes are fucking adorable. Like they're little fucking
just little
killing
dogs. They're
machines,
just
but they're so fucking cute.
They're just cute little dogs, man.
Yeah. They'll fuck you up. There's enough of them.
Yeah, exactly. People are afraid of them when they see one. It's like, no, you're fine when there's one. They won't attack you. They'll
Not
just get away.
really. Well, yeah, the one will go away.
Yeah.
But like, if it was in danger and it yelped, and the rest are gonna
Sure.
come.
But yeah, of course. But it's like a raccoon's kind of the same. Like one by itself. Actually, even if you get a bunch of them, they're not dangerous. They're just they're just little bandits.
Yeah.
If you go running after them, they'll run away. If you corner them, they'll attack. Like it's like any animal like that.
Any animal's gonna do that.
Other than an animal that knows it's it can just crush you like a bear or something.
Bears.
So it's like I'm not running, you're running,
Yeah.
and if you run, I'm gonna run after you.
You better start running 30
Yeah.
seconds ago because I'm already on top of you.
Yeah,
I'm
there's-
going at like 30 kilometers an hour here.
There has been times where what do you call it? Stories where people have actually stood their ground with a bear, where they actually like stand their ground and the bear doesn't necessarily attack.
Charge you.
Yeah,
and then they don't know what to do when you don't react. 'cause
Right.
That's like how they determine whether or not you're edible. I guess. Is
Like,
if you're,
yeah,
like,
maybe.
afraid. But
But I think that's always the best strategy is not to just blindly run. Because for one, they're faster than you. They're going to catch you. No matter what animal it is, pretty much any animal is faster than us. Any animal that can hurt us. So why run? Like, stand your ground to some degree. Back off, back away smartly. Keep your eye on the fucking thing. Don't, I'm just going to run. And then they're going to eat you from behind. I don't want to be eaten from behind. I'd rather fight. I'd rather fight than just die. I don't know. It just seems like logic to me. I'm not going to try and fight it. Obviously, I would try and get away, but I would do it smartly. But I could kill a bear, like
oh yeah, easily.
just a little one,
Tiny,
a teddy bear.
like a koala bear.
Probably not.
I
didn't say no.
Koala bear.
I'd say no. I would say if you try and fuck with a koala bear, it's probably stronger than you.
Yeah, they're probably pretty fucking strong.
Like a fucking orangutan. They're smaller than us. They're fucking strong.
Orangutans are pretty big though.
Well, they're like half the size of us.
Yeah, but then their arms are really long
That's true.
and like
But even
horses. A fucking maybe chimp can
even a
fucking
chimp,
It hurts you.
Fucking strength on them things,
Yeah.
man. It's just like this weird natural strength. I'm not gonna fight any of them.
Yeah.
I make it.
Listen, we built guns for a reason, right?
I
We
just
have a
make it a point.
disadvantage.
Yeah, I make it a point to not fight any of those kinds of things. Like
Yeah.
I'm not going to highly populated chimp areas that I'm worried
Yeah.
about it, or any of those kinds of
Yeah,
areas.
I'm not going to a chimp area. I don't need my face ripped off.
I'm gonna go to the chimp part of town and get my.
Yeah.
No.
No, you can't say that. You can't say that. That's not allowed. We better end this stream before we get canceled.
Or we just gonna get canceled straight up. I gotta get on. I mean, I don't want to check that site at all.
No, yeah.
No, any site that's .fun.
But you do want to find love, so like,
hey, if it's
fun and
the label
love.
is .fun.
Yeah,
you're gonna have a good time.
You're gonna find love. Apparently,
you're gonna have a good time, buddy. You just can't.
What we hear with the sex bots in the chat.
That's right. All right. Well, we're gonna leave now.
We're gonna leave.
It's Friday night.
We're gonna end it.
We're gonna do our thing, whatever our thing is. None of your fucking business.
Yeah, it's none of your fucking business. Yeah. Fuck off.
Why are you pressing into our affairs?
Trying to be personal here.
Like us, subscribe us, try and date
Come
us,
back
whatever you want.
Yeah,
Come back.
Do whatever you want.
Yeah, 7:30 on Fridays. That's basically
what we aim for.
We're a little early today. We're a little late last week, I think. We're right around 7:30.
We might be close more consistently because we might. I don't know. We might start spending a little bit more time planning if we can.
Yeah.
So just we'll see.
Subscribe,
7:38.
subscribe,
Friday.
And like us and shit.
Yeah.
And if you want to
tell us why we're wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Get on, get a .fun site going on the chat. We react to everything.
Why we're wrong. Tell us why we're.
This is a good time to talk to us because we respond to everything.
We do.
We literally respond to everything.
Literally everything.
Literally everything. But once we get more subscribers and there's more,
bots.
Yeah, that's true. We do respond to that. So, and when we start hitting some milestones on the subscribers list, we give money.
We're gonna give some money away.
We're gonna give some money away.
That's what we want to do.
We want to give some money away.
That's all we really want to do. Is just fucking
just
get stupid rich and give it all away.
Give it
and
away.
Then do it again.
All right. Well,
peace out.
Peace out.